Live from the live service game graveyard, it's Super Gamekast. Now here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Sunday, February 16, 2023, and you are listening to Super Gamecast, or possibly watching it. I'm Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Always awesome, always on, always awake. Very
yes,
awake.
Totally. Much awake and alive. And then we have our mod mommy, wielder of the banhammer, keeping the chat clean, Emily Hulslander.
What's up, my nerds?
And then finally, he gets to inform you about your raises. The HR ninja, Jesse Hewitt.
It's the easiest part of the job.
Is it?
Yeah, well,
I was about to say, like,
most of the time.
I was about to say, like, in my office, that time of year seems like it sucks for HR and management. So,
oh my goodness, what a week.
What is up, Black Catter? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on? Our
Good
favorite shit
morning.
poster.
Our King
Yeah.
shit poster.
Holy crap. Not only in
That's what
terms
I'm-
of quantity, but in terms of quality, it's always good stuff.
Like,
I'm going to go into the Discord and put, like, parentheses after his name, King shit poster.
We have that power in that Discord. We can do that.
oh, that we do. That we do.
We have a mod mommy, we have a horny jail warden, and now we have King shit poster.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Hey,
How you guys doing?
another week happened.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
damn.
not like a crazy news week, like no jaw droppers, but like still enough to have a good discussion, I feel.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always enough every week.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and that first bit of news is, hey guys,
Hey,
Suicide Squad got delayed
Are you-
again.
did they just
Oh,
delay it like very
God.
recently?
Yeah, it was
They
supposed to come out at
did.
the end of May, and then it was supposed to come out in fall, and then they were at that state of play where they showed off, some gameplay, and everybody was pissed off at it, so they moved it to February.
But
Yeah.
is that enough
What the fuck?
time?
No.
It can't
No.
be.
No.
It's like, what
No,
can they
it's-
do?
Like, how do you remove all the live service game stink from this?
Yeah.
You can't.
I don't know. I'm not a game developer, but like, I don't think I get the impression that this is not enough time.
Like, well, yeah, because you have to completely redo all these
Yeah.
systems, right?
I
Like,
was
all
going to say,
these-
you have to do a restart from the ground up in order to get that stench
I don't think it's
of a
gonna
live
happen.
service game out of here.
Like you don't
There's no way.
you don't need to change the art or the story or like a lot of mechanics, but you still have to change like the entire way progression works.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can do that without completely like having to overhaul the entire back end of the game, and I get why they're doing this because I was super excited for this game because I loved the Arkham games, and it's the first game from the Arkham team in 8 years, and then they showed it and it was a live service game. I was like, nah, I'm good. Never mind.
Like, fuck this.
Mhm.
And that was the thing, was like, yeah, people were, even with, the superhero fatigue that's been happening, like, I think people were really excited about this game. And to be fair, I thought a lot of the combat seemed pretty interesting, and especially the movement in that game. But
Yeah, it looked cool.
and it's rock steady, like, there's a pedigree there. But yeah, the moment you saw that, like, oh, you guys just did the Destiny thing again, like everyone else.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it killed everything. And I don't know. Even, this article here says, I don't think there's enough time. I don't think anyone thinks that there's enough time to change this. So what is the purpose of this?
To like make it less bad, and when it launches, it'll once again be like still bad, but not a complete dumpster fire, I guess.
I guess.
Because we've got like so many live service games have died, right?
Yeah.
Like so many of them in the past year and a half or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And people are tired of them because realistically, if you're an adult or even like a teenager, you have your one or two, and then you're not gonna put time into any more of these. Like, you're just not. Like,
you don't
it's
have
not
time.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, you might explore one as like a one-off for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're gonna be doing Exo Primal when summer hits. That's a live service game.
Yep.
But like, that's not gonna be our primary live service game, and like you just can't have all these games that expect all this time from you and all this effort from you and money in a lot of cases, because you know every year, like, let's say if you're a Destiny player, you're buying $100 worth of Destiny every year.
Yeah.
Between the expansion and the seasons. Or if you're a World of Warcraft player, you're paying your $15 a month, or your Final Fantasy, your $15 a month, or your, you know, or your League of Legends characters every however often they come out, or their skins. And like people like just I feel like the business model of this was not thought out. Like it wasn't thought out at all. And because of this, it ended up having a million of these. Like no one had the thought of like, maybe we can't have hundreds of these games that require a monthly subscription all out and about and doing shit at the same time, because people can't afford them all and they can't do a bunch of shit with them.
I mean, obviously, like no one thinks that far ahead when it comes to just trying to figure out how to make their own game.
Right, but they're just following the trend of the most successful. Because I guarantee you, Rocksteady was going to make another action adventure game, and then someone from the publisher went in and said, "Hey, that Destiny thing, or that X, or that Fortnite is making a lot of money. Can we do some of that?"
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because those are the money guys, the devs were like, "Yeah, I guess,
yeah,
sure."
And, when they started working on this game, that was not a bad play.
Yeah.
But man, it took them so goddamn long to get this game out that, like, well, you're on the tail end of all this now.
Yep.
This is another case. This is another case of a game I want to know what the hell's been happening for the past 8 years.
Right.
That's where I'm at with it. Is like, I want to know, like, because
what's
they didn't
going on.
Yeah, because like the time between each Arkham game was like 2 to 4 years
At least, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then like now this was 8 years. It's gonna be 9 by the time this damn thing is out. So I'm just wondering, like, what the happened? Like, what happened?
Right.
Why did this take so long, and why did you go this route? It's funny, like the trend of live service games basically was from like the year before this thing started to when live service games are dying when this is going to be out.
Yep.
Nuts.
Yeah. That was a rough.
Nuts.
That was a rough bet. It makes you wonder what those 8 years were, because it did not take 8 years for a number of people.
Something stinks in the gaming industry. I have a feeling that they are trolling for subs. I don't.
The people that are trolling for subs now are way late to the party.
Yeah, they're
just a little bit.
They're
just
late
a
to
little
that
bit.
game, a little bit.
Yeah,
God, man, just I just want to know. I want to know the discussion about this, and I want to know why. And I would love to see Rocksteady leadership like justify, because you gotta remember, this has been in development that long. So at some point, they could have saw what was happening and pivoted then.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it's profitable, right? Like the amount of time that this game has been in development, I can't see it being profitable.
No, not at all. Not at all.
There's no way this is not going to get the number of players needed, and enough players who are opening their wallets for this. It's just not going to happen. Like
it's going to be a Gotham Knights situation all over again.
It'll
probably be
this was such a smart play if they had gotten this game out in like 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it would
Yeah.
still it would die eventually because, the market's crowded at that point. But like, it would have
It's like-
enjoyed a period of success.
Yeah, well,
Right.
because and assuming it's good, because let's look at the big live service games that are still active and doing well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you got your MMOs, your WoWs, your Final Fantasies, Grand Theft Auto, the two big MOBAs, Counter-Strike, Valorant, Overwatch, Fortnite, and sort of Apex, and then everything else is just more meat for the grinder.
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
Like that's kind of what it feels like. Like, I feel there was a good period at the beginning of the year here where we were talking about a live service game being canceled every week,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes multiple. Genshin Impact's doing okay, and then Hearthstone's still around, Dead by Daylight, Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, Destiny. But this goes back to the point of like, there's too many of these damn things, and they all can't be supported. There's not enough players
Right.
or enough money to go around. And then you look at the biggest games of the year. The best one so far is like Hi-Fi Rush and Resident Evil, games that when you finish them, like, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
They're done. You're good. You can stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genshin Impact is doing pretty well. It just hit $4 billion in revenue.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
That is super nuts. But it's this thing like Yahtzee of the Escapist put out a video called "The Live Service Model is Dying," and at the end of it, he makes a very good point of, look, there is no secret. You shouldn't chase trends. There's no guaranteed formula for success, and you'll never find one, or rather, never notice that it already exists. You produce an original product that's well made and reasonably priced. That's it.
That's why indie games are doing so well right now. Like, for me, like AAA games all feel like very similar. Like, you have your outliers, right? But indie games are far and away the more creative and adventurous games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, 100%. 110% agree with that. But and that's not to say there isn't good creative stuff happening in AAA.
Right.
Hi-Fi Rush happened. What's it called happened. The Resident Evil 4 remake. I realize it's a remake, but it's still very, very good and polished and has a lot of good creative energy behind it. Like, there is a lot of good stuff. It's just excuse me. You look at a lot of the stuff in the indie space, and you compare that to say the constant open world barrage of bullcrap we keep getting, right? The Ubisoft open world game that we always talk about. We're always talking about the Ubisoft open world game, like, every single chance we get.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's part of why Breath of the Wild is actually, or Tears of the Kingdom is so exciting, because it's an open world game that, with the exception of the fact that it has towers that exist, it doesn't function like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and even last year, you look at everyone's Game of the Year list that we did. Everyone, half their list was indie games.
Yep.
Because they're a lot more interesting. So.
It'd be nice if they got it.
AAA games also recently have been getting more bugs. Take Cyberpunk, for example. Yes, that is definitely a big true.
Look at Redfall. Like, I'm really tired of this trend of, like, release the game now and we'll just fix it in post. Like come on.
Yeah, it's because everyone's fucking tired of that. Every single person is tired of that. No one wants to deal with it.
No Man's Sky is a great game now. It was trash when it came out. Cyberpunk was the same thing. It's a great game now, but man, did it suck when it came out.
Yeah, and it, a lot of people have asked me, like, how do I save money playing games? Like, what are the most affordable ways to play games? It's like, in all honesty, when it comes to AAA games, especially, and even some indie games, wait a year for everything.
Yep.
You will save a boatload of money, and you will also get the best version of these products that keep coming out completely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Because it happens all the time. Like, it's like, because like Resident Evil 4, we talked about how great it was, but even then, like, you had to wait a week to get a patch to make like performance consistent on PlayStation. Like it's like even the good ones, like the really good ones, launch with issues. So it's it's because, hey, you got to make that money, and they want the money now. They don't want to wait another quarter to get all that stuff sorted out. Or in Cyberpunk's case, probably a year and a half.
Yeah.
But is what it is. Yeah. All right. Well,
frustrating.
speaking of Redfall.
Yeah. Speaking of Redfall.
I could not believe this when I read this. I was like, you've got to be kidding.
What are you talking about?
I could not. This is another one where I was just like, you cannot be serious.
How does this even make sense?
Okay, so, and this is proof that this is another rushed game, by the way.
Yep.
The fact that the 60 FPS mode is coming later.
Yep.
But we'll get into the story now. So, Bethesda has revealed that Redfall will be launching on Xbox at, like, all Xbox consoles, not even just the S, but all of them at 30 FPS quality mode, and then the 60 FPS performance mode will come at a later date. It'll run at 30 FPS and 4K on Series X and 30 FPS at 1440p on Series S. It's coming after launch. They have not said any reason about why this is happening the way it is. So they also had backlash recently about having an always online requirement, but they are working on a decision to reverse that. And then the director of the game said a PS5 version was in development before the merger, and then the team came forward and wanted to prioritize the Xbox and PC versions.
Right.
Which, man, you want to talk about, like, why not just delay the game so the 60 FPS version can be there?
Yep.
I get that Xbox is dying for video games that are first party right now. Gamekast has plenty of stuff that's third party and whatnot. That's great, and the service is still worth getting. But on the other side of that, this is they want to get a big first party game out, and I don't understand. Like
I don't think the change in FPS is going to alone will determine whether someone gets this game on Xbox or not. But
it's only on Xbox. It's only on Xbox and PC. So.
Well, it's right, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're just an Xbox player, you don't have a PC, and this game's coming, and it's going to be limited to 30 FPS for a while. I just feel like it's not a big factor.
Not like a big enough deterrent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like annoying as hell.
But I also think that this is the kind of game where it seems like frame rate matters. Like, it kind of looks like Left 4 Dead in that sense. And I just think that it's like, do you really want your action shooter RPG launching this way? Like, is that what you want?
Apparently.
It's apparently what the marketing department wants, or not marketing, but whoever's in charge of when this game releases.
And I realize that, like, we're all going to be playing this at launch, but everyone except M is going to be on PC.
Yeah.
So for but like, if you are that person that's on Xbox, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks super hard, especially because It's not even like a thing of, oh, we can't do it. It's just we want this out now, so we have to do it now. Well,
Right.
This is not what I signed up for when I got my Series S. This is so not what I signed up for. You bastards. All of you.
Which, and how long is that patch going to take to come out, I wonder?
Yeah.
Like that's another big factor in my mind. Is like, how long is this? Because if it comes out like a couple weeks later, it's like, okay, whatever. But if this is like
months,
if we're getting into like October, and it's like, hey, the Redfall is like, dude, this is 5 months.
Everyone's playing Starfield and Spider-Man. What are you guys? What?
Yeah, like, who's gonna care? Like, God.
Yeah.
This just does not.
Again, I don't think it's big enough to make much of an impact, which I think is why they're doing it. But I also think people are not going to be happy, and yeah, I don't know.
No. That said, the game does look cool. Like, I was actually watching a gameplay demo recently after this news came out, and I'm like, yeah, it does look neat. Like,
Sure.
It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Vampire for Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and if they do it right, it's great.
Yeah. I'm into it.
But yeah, we'll see.
All right.
When's that game out?
May 2nd, I believe.
Ooh.
So you can pre-install now on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way, once it does come out, you can just boot up your Xbox and just go.
Cool.
Because I learned that when I was playing around with my Game Pass.
Exactly.
Yes.
Friday night. So
Cool.
Emily got an Xbox and Game Pass finally.
Nice. Yes.
finally.
Yes.
Let's do it.
She is in the current gen. The gen that is current.
Yep.
When does the new Zelda come out?
May
12th.
16th? I thought it was 16th.
It's
Yeah, we'll
12th.
find out.
Okay, so after this.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it comes out after.
They get a good,
Well,
week, 10 days.
Yeah, they get a good 10 days for you to enjoy this before everyone here is playing the crap out of Zelda, probably.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ooh, all right.
So, sorry. Speaking of, they put out a new trailer. We're gonna watch it live on stream here.
Yeah, we are.
Did anyone catch this? Besides
I did not.
I did not watch this.
So I did, and goddamn, wrong stream button. Give me a minute.
You hit the wrong stream button, sir. No one look at our webcams. Everything's fine. Just look at this trailer over here. There we go.
What's going on?
Okay. Are you ready? Are you watching the screen?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Good Lord. Official
This
trailer
is why
3.
I'm not in charge of production anymore.
Oh, I'm not much better. All right, let's hit this play button and go.
Yeah, I watched this and it looks so hype.
I mean, that last trailer we were looking at last week was pretty cool. This seems huge.
Yeah, this seems like, oh, buddy. Like an overwhelming kind of huge.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like the same map.
That's interesting.
That's the.
Whee!
I love the inclusion of falling. Just like, man, remember Skyward Sword? That was like the coolest part. That shit was awesome. It
That was pretty fun. Yeah.
That's the best part of the game.
was like the best part of the game. Gliding. I like people have been picking up on gliding. It's a fun feature.
It's a very fun feature. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
This music's super good too.
Mm-hmm.
Music's really good.
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I'm glad that I have not played hardly any Zelda since Breath of the Wild came out.
Is there a particular reason?
I'm just busy with other stuff.
Okay.
But like the reason I'm glad is that I'm ready. I'm looking at this and I'm ready. Like it's been
Yeah,
a while.
like this
I'm
has
good.
made me want to go back and play a bunch of old Zelda games.
Right.
Especially because they all play differently than this does, except for Breath of the Wild.
I may or may not have installed Breath of the Wild and some ultra wide mods on my PC this weekend.
There you go. There you go.
Didn't you hate that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
I sure
But seeing
did.
this is changing your mind, Ninja?
I don't know. We will see.
We'll see.
Oh, this music cue right here is so good.
Shield sword. Is that a saxophone? This is great.
This looks so good. Like, so stupidly good.
Oh my god, a minecart fight. That he is controlling a robot he has made?
Dude.
Jesus.
I know why I am here.
Like,
It's something only
How-
I can
what-
do.
I have no words.
So, fun fact, Ganon is voiced by Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew this.
Yeah.
I knew this right from the start, but he couldn't say anything until like this last week when he got permission to voice it out on Twitter, and I was just like, "Fucking called this
Comment in the
shit."
chat, dang, this looks like they're combining a lot from other games. It does.
But
And it
does,
looks like
yeah.
or not.
they're adding their own stuff. Like, it's
Link,
like Breath of the Wild plus.
final hope.
Yeah,
That's cool.
this is hype.
I
is
can.
straight hype.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I have it pre-ordered. By the way, if y'all have a Nintendo Online membership, you can buy
Find me.
those 2 lovely vouchers for $100, and this game turns into a $50 game instead of a $70 game.
Nice. All right.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, save yourself a little bit of money there if you're already playing Switch games online.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I just so good.
Yep. That'll be a fun
So,
time.
yeah, that's basically that. But we do have other Nintendo news.
We sure do.
We sure do. So I'll start with the nice stuff first. The Super Mario Bros. Movie has now the biggest opening weekend for an animated film and is the most successful video game movie of all time, passing Warcraft. It is over the 500 million mark. And fun fact, this movie has not come out in Japan yet. Yep.
Wow. That
I
Yeah.
actually found an article recently. I'll try and find it later. If this movie hits 2 billion, we're all fucked. Like, that was the headline. If this hits 2 billion, we're screwed.
Get ready for a bunch of video game movies.
Mhm.
It's all over.
I'm ready for it.
Let's go. Also, this movie hasn't been released in Japan yet.
No,
Yeah.
nope.
How is
Not out in
that
Japan.
possible?
I don't know, but it's one of those things where
And now
that's
I'm
going to probably bring in
curious.
a lot of cash.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very odd, but okay.
Well,
Yeah, and you know what? It's a fun movie.
It
So,
is
it's a
fun
great,
movie.
yeah, it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Black Catter says makes me almost want to get the Switch. I mean, I think that this is going to be the last year or two of that thing's life,
Mhm.
which means pretty soon a lot of games are going to be dirt cheap for it. So, not the worst idea.
yeah.
So, all right, well, yeah, and it's just super successful. Like, and we talked about it last week. We all really enjoyed it.
So
Alright.
apparently the movie releases in Japan on April 28th. So we'll get the answer for how well it does.
What is the
Uh,
most successful animated movie of all time?
Lion King.
Must be it's Lion King.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, hold on. Top high. I'm pulling up the top highest. Yeah, it's Lion King remake. At 1.6 billion, followed by Frozen 2 and Frozen at 1.4 and 1.2, Incredibles 2 at 1.2, Minions at 1.1, Toy Story 3 and 4 at 1, and then Despicable Me, and then a bunch of just ones.
Mm.
And Mario is already currently sitting at number 27. I do think it could get into the top 20, maybe the top 10.
Okay.
I mean, it's already on track for 600 million worldwide
Yeah,
in its
comment in
second
the
week.
chat. Comment in the chat. Hype for the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Right? Oh my god, this is gonna be such.
I was saying you could make a really good like PG-13 horror movie out of Metroid.
Yeah.
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 You really could.
Yeah.
That was
it's there's a lot that can be done. Maybe we'll finally get that R-rated BioShock movie they were working on.
Mhm.
Please.
There's a lot that can be done.
yeah. So, yeah, really cool. The other big Nintendo story that's positive is I'm sure that this is all over the internet now. Hey, guess what? Peaches,
Mm-hmm.
Peaches, the lovely movie song from the Mario movie, is currently going to be eligible for an Oscar.
Yep.
So, yep, that's a thing.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, if you want to have your amazing Oscar, I would love for that to win Best Original Song. It obviously won't.
It won't. I'd be surprised if it was nominated, honestly, as fun as it is.
Yeah. But hey, like there have been other songs that are kind of like this that have been considered. Stu's song from The Hangover, Blame Canada from South Park, and Everything Is Awesome from the Lego Movie have all been eligible. So
Sure.
don't necessarily be shocked if it happens,
Were they eligible? Eligible, but were they nominated?
That is a good question.
Blame Canada being nominated would tell me like,
be hilarious.
Man, not a lot was going on that year, huh?
When did the South Park movie come out?
It was 1990 something.
90.
I think 2000, right?
Maybe.
That long ago? Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, June of 99.
And it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song at the 72nd Academy
The late
Awards.
90s. It was a time.
That's true. Those were days.
Those were. They're not the days. They were days.
they were days.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. That's fun. Good for Jack Black. That's just a Tenacious D song, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
No one else but Jack Black wrote that.
It's Jack Black and his producer, who is one of the members of Tenacious D.
Kyle Cass.
No, it's the guitarist. It's one of the other guitarists.
One of the other guitarists.
Yeah.
Okay.
That band apparently must have multiple guitarists.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
No, me neither. So
it's just funny, given that their minimum amount of people is 2, and in that 2 there are 2 guitarists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Apparently they need 3. So
okay. All right. Sure.
He's been hamming it up on the press circuit for this movie too.
Yeah, he is.
I've been seeing this man all over TikTok, YouTube. You can tell Jack Black was having fun with the Mario. You can, absolutely.
You really can.
You can tell that, I feel like everyone had fun with it. I definitely feel as though, Chris Pratt was kind of more there for the check. And then, and then the rest of them were like genuinely super excited to be in a Mario movie. The actress for Princess Peach showed up to the premiere in like her battle suit from the movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
it
cool.
looked.
Very good.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like Seth Rogen kind of phoned it in. He didn't even try to change his voice.
No,
Well, he even said,
No.
well,
not in the
that's
slightest.
just his policy. He even says like he doesn't do voices. So if you want me for this movie, I'm not doing a voice.
And he still got the job, which is weird to me, but all right.
Right?
I think
Like,
they were just
the
really
way-
shopping for big names.
And the way it was written, it seemed to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it totally worked. Like it absolutely worked for at least for me. Like I thought it was, you know, I thought it worked
Granted, I
enough.
wouldn't write a Mario movie this way if I was tasked with writing a Mario movie, but because it was written this way, I think everyone seemed to do well enough.
Yeah, like it was very. It almost feels like it was written around the actors
Kind
that
of.
they had.
Yeah.
You know, because that fun fact about that Peaches song, which it's fantastic. If you haven't seen the movie yet, it might be the best part of the whole fucking movie.
There's a music video for it. To go watch it.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
music video.
absolutely. There's 2 music videos for it actually, because there's the
Damn.
one that's with the movie, and then there's the one that Jack Black did.
Right.
like in full Bowser getup, and it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it's spectacular. But anyway, what ends up anyway, so I feel as though that Nintendo is going to like be very conservative with these films, but they're still going to make a shit ton of money in a lot of them.
Exactly.
The question is which one do you want to do next?
I mean, the big one is Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which one you want to do next?
Yeah,
That's a good question. I don't
because
know.
I think that honestly we're going to get like Donkey Kong next.
That'd be fun.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if Donkey Kong was next.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't, because that's you already have a character established for people who are
Established.
somehow like out of the loop.
And Seth Rogen has said that there is more than likely a Donkey Kong movie coming.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Just very Donkey Kong Country, and goddamn it, get that music in there.
please,
All
That's
I
right.
ask.
That's right.
please,
This
Nintendo.
time, you know, play the full DK rap. That's how you open the movie. That's how you do it.
Oh God, no,
Yeah.
no, No.
Lordy.
for the love of God, no.
Anyway, yeah.
So
I'm excited. That'll be fun.
I am too. This was a movie. Like I'm gonna pick this on Blu-ray, like for sure
Sure.
when it comes out. Next up on the list of Nintendo.
the other
This one
bit.
is this one is the not fun part about Nintendo
Mhm.
this week.
Mhm.
2 sides of Nintendo this week. So, for those of you who don't know, images from a Tears of the Kingdom art book leaked on Discord. Like, they leaked. I don't know how they leaked. And then it also, you know, it's from the collector's edition, and Nintendo is pissed.
Yeah, they have every right to be.
Which I've actually been listening to that Kit. I've been listening to that Kit and Krista podcast, and getting a bunch of inside news on Nintendo, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm really starting to understand how this company runs even more now.
Right.
But anyway, so Nintendo has filed a subpoena request to Discord to discover the identity of the user responsible for the leak. A Discord user called Julian2743 posted images from the art book. The art book is part of an unreleased Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition, which launches on May 12th alongside the regular game. The art book is filled with details about what the player will discover, and Nintendo didn't want that out in the wild. NOA is requesting the attached proposed subpoena that would order Discord Inc. to disclose the identity, including the name, address, telephone numbers, and email address of the user, Julian2743, who is responsible for posting infringing content that appeared at the following Discord channel, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So, yeah, and it's, you know, this is especially concerning because we have barely gotten any information about this game. We have 3 trailers that are very short, and then a 10-minute gameplay demo that
Mhm.
was very basic. So, Yeah.
Yeah.
That's oh, we also know it is the largest first-party Nintendo game on the Switch.
Right.
It is officially the biggest. So
I understand wanting to protect secrets about the game and all that,
Well-
but Nintendo naturally is going the litigious route, and it's just
Mhm.
like, man,
yeah, yes, and it's this seems like it's too far. This reminds me of when God, what's their face? Randy Pitchford sent a detective to some leaker's house.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who remember that story from ages ago,
Oh,
like that's what
yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you guys probably just could have, called him and been like, hey, or
Hey,
gotten his
hey, what the
information.
fuck?
Hey, what the
Right?
fuck? How about you take all this shit down and we'll leave it there, and then
Mhm.
and then maybe because like, okay, fine, how about we give you some incentive, we'll throw you a free Tears of the Kingdom OLED or something, which
Nintendo has been pretty litigious though.
they always have been like that.
Yeah.
They barely like. So this is some inside baseball I got recently from that podcast I was listening to, was like Nintendo doesn't understand why you have to work with influencers, because that's not really a thing in Japan.
Right.
Like they don't really exist the same way we do here. It's like, wait, why would you just give someone free product to talk about it with like no strings attached at all?
Hmm.
I don't understand, like, because that's just not a thing there. Like because what they do there is they like hire TV personalities to talk about it, and they
Mhm.
just talk about it.
Right.
So it's very it's just not something they do, which that was fascinating to hear. Like and because the Japan arm has all the every bit of power, that's why that is. It doesn't make me happy, of course, but I understand it now. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like, once again, it just feels like it's going too far. I get why they're doing it, but it feels like it's going too far.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's also a game that's entirely about secrets and finding secrets. So
long as,
having
like,
some of that leaked.
It's not as long as it's not like what's his name who got like imprisoned for like putting games out there. I don't know. That one was ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder how Discord's gonna respond to this. I'm curious.
I mean, they probably gave him the information, right?
Yep. Yeah.
They did. You got that confirmed?
No, but I'm sure that they did.
I don't know. I think that sets bad precedent. Like, if I were Discord, I'd tell them, "Yeah, get fucked."
I mean, Discord's been pushing the limits with what the users of Discord like for a little while now.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So.
But I guess we don't know. So we'll see.
All right, we'll find out.
Yep.
All right, next news story. Moving on.
Next story.
We got 25 minutes of Final Fantasy XVI gameplay.
Good lord.
And it looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I have very mixed feelings on it watching it,
Okay.
as I continue to have mixed feelings on Final Fantasy. Shocking.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
the story looks awesome, and the world and the lore that looks really cool. The combat at points feels like Devil May Cry, and I'm like, ooh, that's awesome. But at other
Right.
points, it feels like Final Fantasy 15, which is trash. So I'm kind of conflicted on what, like, I already know I'm going to pick this game up because of curiosity at minimum. And I also already know that I'm not going to know how I feel about this until I play it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which is, it's kind of a bummer, like spending, that kind of money to see that game and be like, well, I hope I don't hate it.
Right.
Because boy, howdy, I sure hated a lot of these.
I don't know. I really like I'm with you. I hated the combat on Final Fantasy 15. Like, it was absolutely the worst part of that game for me. But the Final Fantasy 7 remake combat I really enjoyed.
I did not. I did
And
not. But
this is looking a lot like Devil May Cry.
yeah, that's the part that intrigues me. Like, oh shit, this looks and plays and functions like DMC. Hell yes.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, like, it was like the Final Fantasy VII remake. I thought its combat was fine. I thought it was a little too chunky. And then the other part of it that I hated of that game's combat, that won't be an issue in this, thankfully, was your teammates were dumb as hell.
Idiots. They were so dumb.
Like,
Yep.
Well, and they're talking about putting in some kind of like gambit system like from Final Fantasy 12, which I know is a love it or hate it
ugh.
system. A lot of people hated it, but a lot of people loved it.
You know, this is going to be kind of the one that determines whether Final Fantasy is for me or not.
At this point.
At this point, because I'm so like, and I don't know why they have a problem with doing this. Of just people really liked the Final Fantasy 1 through 10 combat. Why are we not just keeping doing that? I don't understand why did we have to go to this?
I do wonder how people would respond to like the game looks like this, and then they just kept it traditionally turn-based, if that would turn people on or off.
I mean, I would point to Persona. That Persona 5 looks awesome. And you know, like no one complains about that turn-based combat in that game. Who enjoys the game at least. So, but I know.
I think that's the problem, right? Is that people have to enjoy that type of game to enjoy the turn-based combat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Final Fantasy to me hasn't really been about turn-based combat since
10.
Like halfway through 13, I think, is when I realized like, oh, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, and that's a bummer because everything after 10 has been bad.
I don't know. To me, there are a ton of other JRPGs. Like if I'm looking for specifically a turn-based game, there are other JRPGs I can go play.
Well, yes, I'm not. It's not about like, it's okay, but they keep making terrible combat systems that are not good in any way in 12 and 13 and the 13 spin-offs and in 15. And it's at one point you just give up and go back to what works.
I don't think you do for Final Fantasy.
Why?
I think their argument is going to be that they have Dragon Quest. If you want a turn-based JRPG, go play Dragon Quest.
Okay,
or any of the other games that they released, like Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default, or...
Okay, then make your real-time system not shit.
Well, I think that's what they're trying to do here with Final Fantasy 16, right?
Yeah.
If you can't get the Devil May Cry guys, if you can't get the Devil May Cry guys to make it good, then they give up. I think this is it.
Yeah, like that's, because, and that looks awesome. They look a little bit too spongy for DMC enemies.
Yeah, I think the thing that they're doing here is just showing you some of the like combo attacks, so they cranked up the HP on everything.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. But we saw it like with Nier, right? Nier had Platinum Games combat, and that combat in that game is phenomenal.
Yeah, that game's combat is great. I had a blast playing that game. I'm very, very worried. It's just like, I've been in this 12-year-long struggle with the franchise. I actually didn't mind Crisis Core's combat either. That one was alright too. If we're including spin-offs, then I like Crisis Core's combat.
Yeah, I don't know. This looks cool and fun, but we'll just have to see how it feels in the hands.
We'll find out if I have time not playing Diablo or Street Fighter because that comes out the same month.
When does this game come out?
June 4th, June 2nd.
Are you kidding me?
This comes out like June 16th.
Okay.
This comes out late June.
Is it Street Fighter and Diablo that comes out?
Diablo are the two that are this is June 22nd.
This year is
So-
nuts.
It is,
Yes.
dude, and like we're not talking about it because no one here is playing it at launch. But Jedi Survivor's out in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like a sphere grid.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember,
I'm down for
I
that.
remember trying to master that on every character in Final Fantasy X because I hated myself in high school.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we all hated
Why?
ourselves when that game came out and trying to perfect the sphere grid.
I did
I think
not.
we all did.
I finished the game and got all the summons, and I was content. I did not need every character maxed.
I played
I did.
Blitzball.
I know my brother was.
I
My
needed
brother
it.
was really big on that.
So
I played Blitzball, and then they took me away from Blitzball, and I said, "All right, I'm done."
Rude.
the only person on
Rude.
earth to do this.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's A plus right there.
Blitzball was so good though.
It's so fun.
I love
Sure,
the
we'll
idea. This is also deep in my like sports brain era of games. It's like,
Oh.
look, Madden and like baseball and basketball games. Like you just hit the play button and you just start immediately jumping into the fun.
That's actually
Jesus fuck.
yeah, that's another thing I do like about a lot of the games I like are in that same like era. I do not like that like weird mini quick time event for dodging and attacking. It looks like
Oh
here.
yeah.
I missed it.
It looks like it's like an assist for dodging.
okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm. All right, well,
Yeah, see, he doesn't have it here, and he's just dodging.
okay.
It's like
Fair
auto assist or whatever.
Interesting.
We have
That's an interesting difficulty.
slider
Shit,
thing.
man.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to handle that.
I'm just so curious how I'm going to handle a schedule that is I get like 3 weeks of Zelda, Diablo, and Street Fighter the same day, and you get 20 days of that before this.
We're screwed. We're just screwed. It's all bad.
Yup.
Ready?
Pretty much.
Ready.
Let's go.
Yeah, like
Ah.
hold on, and let me
I'm trying to get
pull up.
other things done this summer. You can't be doing this now. Summer used to be dead, man.
Summer used to be keyword is
Used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you want to add on to the pile there, July has Exoprimal and Pikmin 4.
Oh man.
Oh,
And then you know, so and then Goodbye Volcano Highs in June, and so is Ghost Trick. So like we do get a break after Pikmin though. After Pikmin, you get a month and like 2 weeks before Baldur's Gate and Sea of Stars.
oh
Okay.
thank God.
Okay.
Fuck.
So you got some time to process everything that happened.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm in hell.
God.
Big time for an indie game to come out and capture the entire internet then.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And then we'll have to check
You
that
know,
out.
there's an indie dev who's just waiting.
Yeah,
July
exactly.
28th. Let's do it.
It's the beauty of an indie game. It's like I'll release this whenever I damn well want.
All right.
We have to stop watching this because it makes me want to buy a PS5. We have to get away from this trailer.
So we need to stay on this trailer.
No, we
Yes,
can't.
we do.
No.
The kaiju battle looks so good in this too. Like,
Yeah, if you want to fast forward to that for a minute,
I don't know where that is.
towards the end.
Let's see. We're gonna click ahead here. It looks like it.
So,
Holy shit!
uh,
I'm gonna
There
up
we
this
go.
quality.
There you go. Oh,
It's fun. I've played enough 14 now that I'm like,
yeah,
oh, I
you
recognize that
recognize
character.
these things. Yeah.
I've played every Final Fantasy, even though I've hated all of them after 13 or after 10, actually. Outside of the MMO and the spin-offs.
This looks.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
dude.
right.
looks so
Yep.
pretty.
Oh my god.
And Aaron, you
dude.
can buy PS5s now.
I know.
Yeah, you can actually get one.
They've
Legit.
actually made it easy. I can't.
I think we still have bundles at work right now. So
Yeah, there you go. Emily can get you a discount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
can.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
there you
PSVR
go.
2 is likely to get a price drop here pretty soon.
That's
so
not happening.
Perfect.
I'm not doing it.
Perfect
Nope.
time.
You're not
Nope.
doing a VR too?
Nope. I don't have that money. Give me a job that pays more. That's when I'll do that.
Yeah, but hey, a
Oh,
PS5. Yeah. Oh, hold on. They actually have a deal for the Ragnarok bundle, $50 off on the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what
Direct.
we have at work right now.
Right.
Yeah, stack that with your employee discount, Aaron. You can get the system and a game for like $450.
More or less.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna hang out. This game releases June 22nd, apparently. So.
Yep. So you got 2 months to save.
Okay.
God
damn it.
God damn, this looks awesome.
It looks.
This legitimately looks so fucking cool.
It really comes down to how is it going to feel in my hands over time, because every other thing I have seen about this game looks fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing is
It's just a straight up fighting game. Okay.
I mean, this is the part where I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, we have to get away from this. No.
Dude, I'm loving it.
No, look at this. He's sliding on this. Look at this set piece ass scene here. This is incredible.
This is what I've wanted from Final Fantasy for a very long time, since 10. So
this is nuts. I can't. I apologize to the audio listeners. You're gonna have to watch this trailer for yourself, because holy shit.
I mean, people
It's a
keep
lot.
complaining that there's not a lot of reasons to buy a PS5.
Let me
There
tell
you
you.
go.
Here's one.
Oh my
Right here.
god.
They have the stagger system from 13 back. Gross.
Yay.
Ugh.
At least it's not a hallway.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
You got your quick time event. Cinematic clash.
Gaia!
Oh,
I have come back to retake Olympus.
Wrong game, sweetie. Wrong game.
It's just not. It doesn't. Not much visual difference. Holy shit.
same color palette, even.
Yeah. Right.
Fair, but still wrong game.
Holy
right,
crap! All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, all right.
Done.
So you got a little bit of that Final Fantasy XVI gameplay. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
You know,
So much hype.
Okay. So much
hype.
For it seems. All right, now we got a piece of news that is dumb as hell.
I'm ready to clown on this. I can't believe this.
So HBO Max and Discovery Plus are merging together.
Yep.
Right? Because Warner Bros. Owns both, and they're like, hey, we need to, we want to just have a bigger, better streaming service. Instead of just calling it HBO Max, HBO, the thing that's been around forever and is like a premium name and everyone knows what it is. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like the thing that's been around since the 70s. Right?
Yeah, more or less.
Instead, they are rebranding and just calling it Max.
Why?
Fuck.
So
Why? What?
it'll be called Max. Getting a lot of content from Discovery Plus, and yeah, if you remember that Max streaming service will house stream content with a wider variety. The end goal of this, is expressed by Warner Brothers CEO, is one of the most important items here is we believe in a combined product as opposed to a bundle. We believe the breadth and depth of content offerings going to be a phenomenal value proposition, and it comes with a price hike. So
Of course it
it'll
does.
It'll be $20 a month instead of $15.
Oh. Nope.
I get this shit for free through my phone company, and once that ends, I'm canceling. But
Yeah.
Same.
Nope. Yet another service that is running everyone into the wall. Where the people who know how to navigate the internet are going to resort to piracy, and the people who don't are just like, well.
Yep.
Here's my friend Max. He can get you all those weird animal documentaries and Last of Us.
Okay, no, you create a real skeezy mascot named Max. and he's just like this gross person with a trench coat, but he has a bunch of movies. And he's like
That
standing
hangs
outside
out in the fucking alley.
Exactly, yeah. On the corner by the 7-Eleven, like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
That's right.
come
I
check
got
this
something
out.
for you. Come here.
And apparently Discovery Plus is going to be sticking around as a standalone option, I guess.
What the fuck?
For
Why?
some reason. I don't know why HBO Max is not staying as a standalone option as well then. At its current
Because people
price.
actually want HBO Max. That's why.
Oh, right.
That's
I'm just so curious
All
when
of
that deal is gonna go away with my phone company. Like,
Same.
I'm just so curious.
Do you not
like,
know the date?
No, it's been indefinite. They're just like, yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool.
you know, and
Yeah, as long as
like,
you have an unlimited data plan, you get HBO Max for free.
yep.
Well,
So-
shit.
And I need unlimited data because everyone who's on my plan, me and my mother, are both bandwidth hogs. So
See,
Yeah,
I still have the Skeezy Max mascot in my head, and I'm reading some of these show titles like, yo, I've got the sex lies of college girls and Dr. Pimple Popper. Can't get this anywhere else.
Fuck.
yeah, they also announced that we're getting another Game of Thrones prequel and a new Harry Potter TV series.
Yeah, that's
Each
right.
season-
Yeah.
Each season will be one of the books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so and they're just like how Netflix is everything to everyone, HBO Max is gonna try and be everything to everyone.
Yep.
And I think that's so dumb. I think this is so I think it's number one, you should have just said, hey, all the stuff on Discovery Plus is going away and gonna be part of HBO Max now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also doing a price hike. Sorry guys.
Yeah, you knew this was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was happening.
Yep.
Because Netflix is the everything to everyone. HBO, which was like the premium thing. It's like, here, do you want to watch movies and do like real good movies? And do you want to watch like prestige television,
Right.
like The Last of Us and The Sopranos and shit like that? Like
Yep.
Game of Thrones. Just
Yep.
I think once again, getting HBO out of their name is just a fucking terrible idea.
That's the part, like, as someone who is getting my entertainment by other means, like, this does not affect me. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, HBO, HBO, a name that has been in all of our lives for, forever, putting on cool stuff, in a number of ways. Like, HBO is a brand name that people know and respect when it comes to entertainment. You're going to take that away. What was happening in the meeting, in the boardroom meeting for this, like, rebranding, and be like, fucking, who likes us?
Right? Who likes the channel that's like known for premium, right?
Right.
Because HBO was. I remember when my parents started making enough money to get an HBO subscription as part of their cable package, and that was like a huge deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember
That was
that too.
legitimately like a really big deal. I remember the fact that like it was awesome. Oh, HBO doesn't have ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just you pay an extra sub and get, nonstop television. Like I remember that they just, bro.
And it varied up. Like, it would just play whatever,
Yeah, like they would, like my mom really loved like all the awesome movies that came on there, but then there was like really good, once again, prestige television. Like they were doing what Apple TV is trying to do now, where they're like making shows to win fucking awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're putting out stuff like Ted Lasso and Shrinking and stuff that's like, no, our goal here is to be the prestige award-winning TV service. I mean,
So,
there's about
like-
that Tetris movie.
Yeah, which apparently people are really liking.
Stella and I are going to watch it next week.
Okay.
So
It's
Touch base on that.
I understand making the push to be like the big kahuna of these services when it comes to HBO, because like Netflix has kind of plateaued, it feels like. I don't know if the numbers reflect that, but that's how it feels. which doesn't amount for anything. But like HBO is the one that can challenge them on that. So I understand the push. I just don't understand removing the part that people recognize. It'd be funny if everyone just decided to refer to it as HBO's Max.
I'm just curious how people like my mom are going to respond to it, because my mom's on my HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
And like, what is she going to do when she logs in and that update is pushed? And it's like, I know I'm going to get a phone call like, what's this thing Max about? Like, where's HBO? And I'm like, they changed the name. You know, like,
It'll probably come with a complete might come with a redesign of the site, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the app. Like, I'm curious how that's going to function too. But
Yeah, because if it's a whole new thing, yeah, a lot of parents are going to call a lot of their kids being like, "What?"
yeah,
It just
the streaming wars get dumber and dumber.
they're dumb. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
they do.
Every single year, they get just weirder and dumber, and we just need to stop.
Like, I'm only paying for, 2 of them right now.
Mhm.
I don't really count Apple TV, because every time someone in the house buys a device, they're like, "Here's a free year."
Yeah.
And then it just gets
Like-
added on.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, I think it's like, if you just want Apple Music for your family, which that's what we're on the family plan, it's $15.
Mhm.
So and my mom like wants their phone video game thing.
Mhm.
I think it's called Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
So realistically, like, with paying the $3 extra to get everything, including Apple TV, is actually kind of worth it. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I'm
get it.
actually behind on a bunch of Disney Plus stuff. Like, I haven't watched Andor yet, even though I heard it's amazing.
I hear it's great.
It's really good. I haven't watched any of season 3 of Mandalorian,
Yep,
Mhm.
and
same.
the season ends this week.
I'm
Man,
actually
I
kind of
haven't
glad I
been-
waited on that now, because then I can just burn through all of it at once.
Apparently, there's one episode that's complete trash.
Okay.
Allegedly.
That
I don't
sounds
know
like
what
Star Wars.
episode, but everything else is just banger.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch Andor first though, but
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about that show.
Andor
Yep.
is good.
Yep,
Like,
that's what I hear.
as someone who has watched it, you're in for a ride.
And the fact, like, it's actually kind of long too, at 12 episodes.
Mm.
That's another thing, as I've like getting, that's something I'm actually starting to really enjoy as I get older, is like shorter episodes of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like because like Umbrella Academy, the episodes are an hour long. It's a great show, but the episodes are an hour long. And when Stella and I were going through it, it took us like 7 months to finish that shit, 6 months to finish that shit, because we can watch like a episode and then go to fucking bed.
Yeah.
Versus, you look at, like, we're able to get through 2 seasons of Ted Lasso in like 2.5 weeks, because the episodes were shorter until this season for some reason. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, God, dude, I would love. I'm at the point where I want a job in the high end of one of these companies, not because it's a good paying job, but just so I can just like hear, like, how's this stupid idea gonna get pushed through? How's this gonna happen?
There are conversations that
God.
happen at that level that I can't imagine.
Right.
Yeah, and that happens at, like, in my current job. Like, I'll hear a decision get pushed through, and I'm like,
What?
oh, okay, sure, I guess. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
All right. We got so we originally had one last news story planned, but then 2 of them kind of came through, or last second buzzer beaters from Anthony and now Ninja. So but this one is Street Fighter 6 Showcase announced for next week. It is going to be 30 minutes of news hosted by Lil Wayne.
All right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
On 4 fucking 20.
Of course.
Like,
That has to be intentional, right?
I would think so.
Yes, yeah.
I will say that I have a very weird memory of Lil Wayne.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, we used to have like this extra like 30 minutes added on to your initial like homeroom, or would like rotate every week.
Mhm.
So so one of your classes every week would be 30 minutes longer. And my English teacher decided, okay, you're going to do a presentation on something you really like. And I had to listen to this girl do a 30-minute presentation on Lil Wayne.
All right.
why?
What'd you learn?
Apparently he's a really good father.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. I kind of hate his music now because we also listened to it as part of that presentation.
For 30 minutes.
Yep.
He's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
That's right.
That's what I've heard.
I did my presentation on the
No.
Beatles.
Yeah,
Sure.
you did.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool.
I found out on Twitter that Lil Wayne and Drake did a co-headlining tour that was Street Fighter themed.
That's cool. So you must genuinely really like Street Fighter. That's
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
neat. I mean, okay, sure.
They're
That means
getting
the
the
beta will
names.
probably be. That means the beta will be next weekend, right? The open beta.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
More than
fun.
likely.
That'd be nice.
Damn it! I wish it was this weekend when I was free.
I know. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. All right. So. Yeah. Alrighty.
But that's all we
So
got
next-
for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is Sega nears a deal to acquire Angry Birds maker Rovio for $1 billion.
What?
So
the
weird to me.
fuck?
Why?
Like,
Are they
My
still
guess
making?
is that Sega wants to make a push into the mobile market.
probably.
Yeah, they haven't really been successful with that.
And,
So that
and
makes sense.
Rovio currently has 7 iterations of Angry Birds or whatever.
Yeah.
That are all doing well.
Huh. Okay. If they're still doing well, then, I guess make your money, right? Whatever gets
not,
the
right?
Dreamcast 2 out there.
That's right.
Fuck.
Oh, goodness.
Next Angry Birds game, Sonic themed.
I'm surprised that does not exist already.
Yeah, it plays Live and Learn, and then the Angry Bird has Sonic as like spikes on it.
Yep. Exactly. You can get a Billy Hatcher version of Angry Birds.
So yeah,
That's
and
right.
it'll play really annoying theme music the entire time.
Of course.
What the I can't right now.
Yeah. Nights into Dreams, Angry Birds.
Ugh, no. Get that
Ew.
shit.
But that bird will, like, when you toss it, it has to do a loop de loop. Well, no, that would be the Sonic one. No, Sonic would spin dash. You could do like a
Yeah.
homing.
Mhm.
You could do a spin dash or like a homing attack. Knights would have to like do loop de loops.
Yep.
You could do it. You could do it.
Persona Angry Birds.
Yeah, sure.
Oh god, I want to see how that would work.
Oh,
As long as I can get
Yakuza Angry
escape-
Birds.
As long as I can get Escape from the City on repeat, it's fine.
There you go. Yeah.
No, Yakuza Angry Birds. Just an angry Japanese bird.
Yep.
And then there's like a plot twist midway through that's all about land development.
That's right.
Just pachinko Angry Birds.
Oh.
No, that's Konami. That's their.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
Konami.
Konami.
Well, Sega has that Persona 5 slot machine now. Don't forget.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
House of the Dead Angry Birds.
Oh my god. Just horror themed.
Typing of
Angry
the
Birds.
Dead Angry Birds.
Yeah. Look at all these opportunities.
Ah. Hey, Sega and the Angry Birds team. Call us.
Oh.
That's right.
All right. So last news story is actually from Anthony.
All right.
So as we know, graphics cards are getting more and more absurdly expensive.
I mean, we saw, what was that, a year or two ago with 3080s being like a grand plus.
Yeah, like a 3060 right now is almost $400 still.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You know, the last gen card,
Mm-hmm.
the last gen lower mid range card.
Yeah.
So Intel had their Arc GPUs come out, and apparently with their newest driver, that's coming out, for their Arc A750, it'll put it on par with the 3060, and that GPU is $250.
Oh,
Wait, what?
That's exciting.
Yep.
what?
Wait, what?
Yep. The Intel Arc A750 is a $250 GPU, or that's what it should be retailing for anyway. And their new drivers are going to make it so it will be comparable with the 3060.
Wow.
I think Intel just pulled a mic drop on the entire thing.
Yep.
Like,
Are,
damn.
are they releasing more powerful ones?
Not yet.
Okay.
Intel's GPU division is still in its very, 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 very early baby stages.
Well, that's an encouraging sign.
I mean, yeah, like that's step in the right direction at least. That's because, like, dude, the GPU market. My concern is not now. My concern is not even like 2-3 years from now. My concern is 6, 7, 8, 9 years from now when you no longer can reasonably use a 10 or 20 series card,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then the current gen replacement is like $1,500.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's the way it's going.
Right.
Like, you know, because let's see how much a 3080 is on Amazon right now.
Sure.
That's the card that is in my computer.
Blackcatter says, "What's the catch?"
The fact that it's a new company with a bunch of new shit and it's gonna probably have problems.
Yeah, it's unproven essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, $750 for a last gen GPU.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
For a 3080?
For a 3080. Still, that's what I paid for it when it was like new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is crypto
That's-
dead yet?
Oh yeah.
It should
Yeah.
be.
Big
I don't
time.
know. Bitcoin's back up to 30K, so I don't know.
Some people are out there still mining something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just probably not at the peaks that they were at when
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had the last gen.
It's just literally price gouging by Nvidia is what it is.
And that's what it is at this point, right? It's like, well, what if we just kept our prices up at that point where people were buying the most graphics cards?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's because they know gamers would pay for it. We told you fuckers not to do it. We told you to wait.
But did you
we
listen?
went on this show every week and said, don't buy a fucking GPU for $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, and you fuckers did it anyway.
I was
No.
gonna say, but did you listen? Hell no.
I mean,
Ugh.
you know, I think also just the amount of people who are buying those for reselling, the scalpers and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did not
I mean,
help
yeah,
anything.
the scalpers still made profit though, so
Yeah.
you know, so that means they were obviously buying okay, so the cheapest 3080 I have found right now is $700.
Huh. Okay.
That's still absurdly expensive for a last gen GPU.
And
Yeah,
what
it
really
is.
sucks is we started that last gen with actual reasonable prices.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that was the launch price for the card. It's just it took you 2 years to get it at that price.
Yep.
You know, and if you want a 4080, the current gen, like not batshit insane flagship, it's $1,200 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not. Nope.
Like, I want everyone to think about this for a second. My 1080 that is now in Stella's PC, was the king shit card of its day. Like,
Yep.
I was playing everything at 1080p max settings, no issues, for 6 years. And
Mhm.
at 1440p, it was still hanging in there with the vast majority of games. And that card cost me $575 and came with a copy of Gears of War 4.
Hmm. Yep.
The next generation was 800, then it went back down to 7, but no one got a card for that price. If you did, you were very lucky. And then this next generation is literally double the cost of 1200.
Yeah.
And the real insulting one, and it is just greed. That's all that it is, like most things in the current economy. A 1070 was $370, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how much 1070 was for most people. A couple people bought a high-end one like Steph and got it for like $430. And that card is the equivalent. It was a mid-range GPU, and I think $350 to $400 for a mid-range GPU is absolutely acceptable. The 4070 right now is $600 for a mid-range card.
Mm-hmm.
4070 Ti, $800.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Is the jump from the 30 series to the 40 series that big?
No, and it's also like way more power hungry.
Yeah, I don't even think it's worth it to go
like
in on this
it's
anyway.
worth it. It's worth it in a couple of areas. Like streaming, they have a new encoder thing. Like Jesse, do you remember what that thing's called?
No, but it's essentially an RTX encoder. Like
Yeah,
it uses some of the RTX headspace, I think.
Yeah, so you have a better encoder for streaming. You have like better DLSS, like better AI upscaling. And then they're using Cyberpunk to show it off. They have this new ray tracing that legitimately looks incredible.
Yeah, it does.
It's called look up Cyberpunk Overdrive, I think it's called. And it, it's overdrive mode, and it can really only be done on and to get it to run at 4K 60, you basically need a 4080 or 4090. And yeah, man, just it's gross, super gross.
Hoping the prices come down in like, well, they won't, but be nice if they came down by the time Tekken 8 came out. That'd be good.
No, this is actually like, this is the first time in a while, like the first time since like 2013 I've told people, yeah, just get a console.
Yeah.
That
if you're gonna get anything, console is what you get right now.
Yeah, because like, which is a bummer because I love PC gaming. I love fucking around with my PC.
Love it.
Like
I prefer it.
It's great.
100%.
I prefer it for everything but fighting games, and but like I can't justify, like, if you don't already have a rig and you're just swapping out parts, like I can't recommend it to you.
Right.
Like they Digital Foundry did a test 3 hours ago with this RTX overdrive mode, and it looks great once again, but it's still has issues.
Yeah.
So.
Oh well. Okay. Well, it's cool that this came out. Hopefully Intel sticks to their guns and like keeps making cool shit at low prices and messes up the market. That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah,
because the problem with the AMD competition is the drivers are always fucked. Like how many times have we, the most recent set of drivers made of AMD were when those cards launched back in December. Like those were saved by like fan-made Linux ones, basically. Cool. But that's
yeah. All right. We'll see how this develops, but if you're looking to buy hardware to play video games, maybe consider a console right now. That's
or look into last gen GPUs maybe.
Yeah. If that fits your needs.
Yeah, like and obviously the good thing about PC gaming is the fact that it is customizable, so depending on what you're playing and your monitor, this might not affect you, because like Stella is playing everything fine on my 1080 because her monitors are 1080p, and most of the games she plays aren't like super crazy graphics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, like I think it just depends on what your situation is.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
yep.
All right.
All right.
Is that news?
I think that's news. Yeah.
All right. Hey.
Hey, we'll take a well. You want to say a quick break so everyone can take a rest and then wrap it up with what we've been playing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds awesome.
All right. Be right back, you guys. And we are back.
What is up, everybody? How you doing? We are back with what you've been playing.
We are back. Oh god.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So hey, I finished Art Resident Evil 4.
What?
Did you finally finish it?
Yep, finished Resident Evil 4 on Wednesday. I know Jesse finished it. What was it? Sunday? You said, I believe.
Yeah, like right after the podcast, I think.
So yeah. I don't know about you, but after finishing it and playing a little bit of Mercenaries mode, it is fantastic and a real Game of the Year candidate.
Yep.
It's
a really good game.
It is so goddamn good. Like, I cannot wait to hop into New Game Plus when I have some time. It is just paced well, super fun. Like, the combat is super enjoyable and addictive. You know, the funny, like the fun and funny moments are just a blast. Like, just I cannot. And then, you know, recent patches have made it more stable and just, yeah, dude, it most fun I've had with a game since God of War in November.
Right.
The latest patch actually made it look better on the PS5.
Oh,
It did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it already looked really good, so that's saying something. So,
right.
yeah, I still have some problems with it. One, the castle catapult section is still a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
It is the absolute
As always.
worst. And then the regenerators.
Yes.
Though there's a very specific section in the midpoint of the game, or towards the end of the game actually, where Ashley has to hold up a bridge, and then the regenerator is chasing you, but you also have to protect Ashley at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That part sucked. It sucked super bad. It's super annoying. Yeah, I do think Ashley is definitely not as bad in this game as she was the original, but she is still a problem.
Yep, she is.
So there's that. So that's the first thing I would say. I'd say that inventory management system is still a lot of fun to mess around with. The guns all feel satisfying. They sound satisfying. Like once you get the riot shotgun in particular, I was using that literally all the way into the last boss.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel the last boss is a little underwhelming, like a bit easy.
Mm.
So
Well, that's
there was that.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but you know, overall, knife parrying is super satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I gotta commend them for this because it did stick through the entire game. I always feel like I had just enough to be successful, but also was still stressed out of my fucking mind most of the time. Yeah,
Good balance.
like they could not have balanced it any better. Man, whoever is playing in this gameplay we're showing is really bad at this game.
They're alive. They're alive.
Yeah, like the game knows when it's putting you into a bottleneck situation, right? So you're gonna get some ammo to help you out with that situation, and then after the situation, you'll get more ammo. So like it's really well balanced.
Yeah, like I never. There were definitely points where I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm still gonna try and make it out of this, but I think I'm screwed, and then I just barely scrape by, and it feels awesome. Like it feels great. Yeah, like it's. I think it's the best one of the remakes, and I know that's a big statement because the RE2 remake was also awesome.
Right.
But you know, another thing is the rain effects are not good in certain sections.
Not
Oh.
We have talked about
Not
that.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still a 5 out of 5 and absolutely amazing experience. Recommend it
Yeah.
to anybody.
Cool.
It was really good. I want to go back to it, but I have so much to play
Yep.
that I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know that I
yeah,
will.
yeah. It's kind of, I feel like I want to do New Game Plus and more Mercenaries because I booted up Mercenaries yesterday and I was having a blast. Like I did that same village for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I also have like I want a platinum Persona. I have a bunch of games I'm sitting on from last year like Sifu and things of that nature. So yeah, and then I've gotten back into Dragon Ball Fighters, and that's been its own fun time vampire.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, no, super great. Can't stand enough nice things about it.
Game's cool.
Real good game.
Yep. So next up is I'll get mine out of the way. Dragon Ball Fighters. Been doing that. Ranked up twice this week. I'm
Alright.
Super Saiyan Blue now.
Nice.
And I have been running a dumb gimmick team with Gogeta in it.
Sure.
So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has this thing where if you taunt 7 times, your next level 3 after that 7th taunt can kill anybody in no matter what.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. Granted, it's really fucking hard to taunt 7 times in that game.
Yeah.
I've landed it once trying all weekend.
Right.
So, but
I like
it's
that challenge is there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too. Like, and the thing is most of the time they know what you're doing the second you taunt the first time.
Yep.
They're like, oh god damn it.
Oh no.
So I can see what the community is complaining about with balance though, because I am so tired of seeing blue Gogeta and Vegito.
Right.
Like they are straight up feel busted almost.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why people don't play Android 21 Lab Coat because I took her into training mode and I'm like, this shit is so broken. What? How is I see why every competitive team is running this dude or this person, but you never see them online. So,
That's weird.
Yeah, like I've seen them in one match online. Yeah. I guess people just want to play the established characters they like. Which,
I mean,
that's
like
fine.
we also have to remember that this is a super popular franchise. Some people are just jumping into this game to play their favorite characters, or
Right, but is that many people's favorite character Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue?
maybe
I think so. They're pretty popular.
they're pretty popular.
The fusions are pretty popular outside of fighting games.
That's fair, I guess, man. Because I always liked the fusions, but they were never my favorite character because they always are just like they're there for a handful of episodes and they're gone. They're like they don't have anything really happen to them other than like, do you want to see how insanely powerful this is?
I mean, I feel similarly about UI Goku, and UI Goku's only there for a small bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I've been reading the manga, so he's there for a little bit.
Yes.
He's gonna be
over.
around.
Yep.
So I don't know. That I feel like that they definitely need to put some work into making it a little more balanced with those particular 3 and arguably 4 characters because Super Saiyan, as we're seeing in this match right now with literally 2 of the 4 complained about characters.
Yep.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is also busted, just not as busted.
Right.
He has pretty much every tool in the game besides a beam.
Mm-hmm.
And his normals are also stupid good. I don't understand why all the fusions have the most insane fucking normals
Right.
that also carry you across the whole goddamn screen.
Doesn't make sense for character design, I would think. For a fighting game,
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, like look, I don't mind if they have like they look and are really like if you want to make them all S tiers, that's fine. Just
Yeah.
don't make them the only S tiers. You know. And I realized Gogeta Blue sucked for a long time. The buffs were needed, but now he went too far the other way.
Right.
So, yeah, you know. That game's super fun. I cannot wait for the rollback or last balance patch. It's honestly the only issue I have with the game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You think they'll get that with implementing rollback one final?
Yeah, they've already said they confirmed at the World Finals they're doing a final balance patch.
Okay, I forgot about that. Yep.
Yep. So
Cool.
we're gonna get we're getting rollback. We're getting one more balance patch. Hopefully that irons everything's out, and then maybe Dragon Ball Fighters 2.
Mm.
That would be
Fingers
nice.
crossed.
But like,
Fingers crossed.
well, what do you want from a Fighters 2?
A better story mode.
Okay.
Type deal. More single player time attack survival mode. Like have that fleshed out a little more.
Sure.
Get rid of this terrible lobby system.
Like,
let's see.
I'm talking about like the fighting, like right here, the game.
Tune Super Dash a little more, because sometimes it doesn't like fully work right. Like the pathing on it is weird.
Okay.
It's not enough to be a big issue, and then like that's kind of it.
Like I feel like to make a 2, I feel like you need to like get some new assets almost, but that doesn't seem necessary.
Yeah, like I don't know, make the game prettier. You could do that, I guess.
How though? What's like just make it 4K compatible?
Yeah, like 4K compatible. Like make it so costumes are an option because they only have color select now. So I would love to see costumes.
That'd be fun. If they could do
Because
that.
apparently the reason they don't do costumes is the way they develop these games. Like that's basically making a whole new character.
Yeah.
Like not move set wise, but like art team and work wise. So
Right.
yeah. But yeah, I would love to see costumes. Like I would love to see like more battle damage, more everything.
Because this game has so much going on with it and has done so well. Like it feels like at some point you're going to hit a ceiling with what you can do for this.
Because like I think about like because there is one character that has a costume change. It's Videl. You can choose long hair and short hair Videl.
Which, if you're going to include any costume change, that's a good one. People have opinions.
And then of course the fact that you have the different Gokus and Vegetas who have costume changes within that. Well, in a way they have costume changes, I should say.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I would love them to like most of the things in this game. It's been so long in development they can't justify like doing more content that isn't just balance patches and rollback.
Yeah.
So you have to do a sequel.
Right.
It's just you could add some more characters. Like we still don't have Raditz, Zarbon, or Dodoria. You don't have Mercenary Tau. You could do Demon King Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
You could do you do Top. You do Dispo. You could do Beast Gohan, Cell Max, and Orange Piccolo from the new movie. You would hella do the Gammas from the new movie.
They should they should create a new story mode which has some like alternate universe stuff. Like I want to see a Mr. Satan that's really good at fighting.
Yeah, and you could add Mr. Satan to the game. He could be a joke character.
Yeah.
Like there's already a character that
really
doesn't
good at fighting.
Like you could because they already have Roshi in the game, so you have a character that doesn't have Super Dash. Right. So you could obviously do Hercule / Mr. Satan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the Budokai games, he's got a jetpack, right? And so he flies around and stuff. So like,
yeah.
Why not give him a jetpack here?
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm telling you,
he just has slower Super Dash. There you go. His attacks hit 4 less.
And I'm just saying, like, just Bulma in a mech suit. I think it would be badass. I think
Yeah,
people
that would be
love
cool.
that.
That'd be cool. You do Pilaf and his gang in a mech suit.
Yeah.
And that Red Ribbon robot, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, you
man, that'd be
do-
fun.
You could do. You would have a lifesteal mechanic with Android 21 and Android or Android 20 and Android 19.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
like there you. What I'm saying is, you have a lot of really fucking cool options.
Yeah.
You know, technically, we don't have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's villain, so you could do Omega Shenron.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a
So-
missed opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like a bunch of movie villains that are floating around you could use
Yeah.
if you could find a move set for them. You know, the franchise had 20 movies, so yeah, there's a lot you could do for Dragon Ball Fighters too.
I'm just in terms of gameplay, like they gotta.
Yeah,
you know,
it would be new characters.
They seem to get a lot right with this, so it's like
They
Mhm.
did
Sure.
like, and they added more. Like they added second and third assists. They made it so you couldn't use invincible assists on Wake Up.
Mhm.
And a bunch of other like really smart changes over time. Like it went from being like a really good fighter to, and I know the Marvel squad is going to get upset about this, but in my mind, the most fun hyper fighter. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
And I realize that I'm biased to that because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, but I also love Marvel vs. Capcom.
What is happening
No,
right now?
And then the big, I think they're lagging, so they're wanting to give each other a minute.
Oh, that's interesting. That was cool. All right.
Yeah. So I think there's that. And then another thing is because so many people complain about it that like, oh, a lot of the characters have similar combo routes. You could add more combo routes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because like almost every character except a small handful has the same bread and butter, which I actually don't find to be a problem. It means you can toy around with more characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people get really upset about that. I find that a lot of most of the people who are upset with this game are like FGC really old timers.
Right.
You know,
Just kind of different game.
yeah. I remember like going to locals and being like, guys, this is basically Marvel, but actually supported.
Right.
And then like people are like, no, I like Marvel more. This isn't like Marvel. I'm like, okay, I guess whatever. I'm gonna keep
Okay.
playing
Just
it.
like get with the times, old man.
Yeah, no. Instead, our locals are like, oh man, we're still playing Street Fighter 4, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I could not believe that at those
Yeah.
setups. But I don't know. It's like nothing wrong with playing old games.
No,
and
not
then
at
it's-
all.
And then it's also like always, once again, I'm gonna rant about the locals. It's almost always Street Fighter and Tekken,
Yep.
which goes back to the get with the times, old man.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is, hey Emily, tell us about your new console. And
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, she bought-
god.
she is in the now. She can play games with us now that have crossplay.
Oh,
Nice.
Like she can join our Call of Duty sessions, guys.
Oh
I
man.
have to get good at COD before I join you
No,
fuckers.
I am proof that you
Um,
do not.
Yeah, no, I just
True.
look. I fully acknowledge every time we play COD, I'm gonna be backpacking people.
Oh God.
I equip
fully-
my knife and I run forward. That's all that needs to happen.
And in all honesty, I've just started to develop a strategy around this of just follow behind Aaron and shoot who kills him.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Oh Jesus. So yeah, I got a Series S on Friday. Nice
Nice.
little birthday gift to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I was just, and also I got a really fat paycheck from the week before.
Hell yeah. All
So
right.
I was just
Yeah.
like, yep, pay off a couple bills, all that stuff, and then see what we have left.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a Series S in 3 months of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
At least for now.
Right.
I am still trying to get used to the fact that I now own an Xbox because I've been a Sony kid since I
Right.
was 6, 7, 8 years old. So a wee little thing. And just having an Xbox controller in my hands, it feels weird,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it feels kind of good. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have ever had that feeling.
Yeah, I definitely remember when I like got my first Xbox like in 2004, early
Right.
2004, and I was like, this controller feels weird, but I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the Duke. The Duke did not feel good.
The Duke was great. The Duke was so good.
Yeah, Duke felt great. What are you talking
Loved
about?
it.
So good.
Aaron, you have to have giant hands, dude. You would just have to have
No, my
bare
hands are
paws.
normal. I don't know what everyone's problem was.
Oh my god.
It fit
My God.
perfectly.
Like that thing hurt.
It didn't take long also for me to get some like Mad Catz aftermarket one, which had like air fans in the handles. It was slightly different ergonomics.
By the time I bought an Xbox, like they were selling with the S controller.
Yeah.
And I had that, and I had a second S controller for my dad and for friends, and that's what I rocked with. And then but like I remember that Switch, it was weird because I was just like, oh, this is very different.
It's very different. The idea of the black and white buttons being on the bottom was weird to me.
This being a thing, the offset sticks.
That's the biggest change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the weirdest thing for me is the offset
Yeah.
sticks.
But has it been a hindrance? Have you been getting it?
It hasn't been much of a hindrance. Like
Okay.
I'm getting the hang of how everything works.
I remember being on stream with you and Anthony on Friday, and you were just like freaking out how many games were on Game Pass.
I know. Oh my gosh! Like I was going through and downloading a bunch of games for my system for now for like playing and all that, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can play this. Oh my god, I can play this. Oh my god, I can actually play this now. This makes me so
Yep.
And the first thing I did was play Psychonauts 2.
Nice.
That checks out. I know you've been excited for that, and
I've been excited since PAX 21. My first, the first pack, or I think it was either PAX 21 or sometime before that. I can't remember. I knew it was PAX 21 because that was the year I met Tim and got to go to the Double Fine party and got to check out gameplay for it. So I was real hyped for it.
I remember my first E3. He's such a cool guy, such a nice guy.
Is such a chill human being, and talking to him about Beyond Good and Evil is always a fun story that I like to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to see the gameplay at PAX, and I was just like, oh my god. It makes me want like a next gen console. This was a pain in the ass. The video that we're seeing here, in the mail room, that's a pain in the fucking ass. Okay, like it took me so long to realize what boxes went where, and then I got the hang of it. And then I see this, and I'm just like, oh Jesus God, this doesn't look good.
I'm gonna find a different clip. If he's gonna be at this for a while.
I actually, you say this, and I have memories of that part. I'm like, oh, okay.
That was this casino nightlife fight bit. It was a little difficult. I'm actually at the first boss fight right now in Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
Which is Lady Luctopus. And oh my god, she's a bitch.
I believe it. This game visually is just so much fun to look at.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Like they did a really, really good job with it. Like it's not super hard on your PC or your console, but like the art team does such a good job with it.
Yeah, they did. And it's on Unreal 4, which makes it look that pretty.
I wonder when we're gonna start getting our first Unreal 5 games, because I know that engine is like out there.
It's out there. We're waiting.
I just wonder,
hopefully in the next year or two.
You would hope.
Yeah.
That demo they showed 2 years ago was fucking incredible.
Yeah. Been waiting for the real game application for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, this game looks fun.
Indeed.
Yeah. I'm having a good time.
All right.
And I did download a bunch of the Gears games.
Oh, nice.
So those are all on my console right now.
I was we should do a stream where we go through 3, 4, and 5 because those are all 3 players.
Oh man.
And now that I have an Xbox, I can actually do that.
We can do
So
We now have our 4th Gears player
that. Oh
for that
shit.
co-op. So
Man.
I love how anytime I mention it in a Let's Play, Aaron just dies on the inside.
It's such a large undertaking, you know?
Yeah, but those games are so short. Like, like you could, like, honestly, we could probably finish Gears 2 in like 2 weeks.
Maybe.
In all honesty. And
Maybe.
then, like, Gears 3, same thing. Like, not particularly long. Same
it's like
with
4 and 5 are probably going to be the more difficult ones. I take it.
5 is the one that's just like, Jesus, this is long for a Gears game.
Right.
So,
well,
yeah,
we got the
right.
players for it now, so.
Yep, and then we're gonna be doing Redfall together and Exoprimal, man. We got a squad now.
We have a squad. This makes me so happy. I'm part of the squad. I'm sorry. Okay, the fact that I've been on last gen console since September, basically, I haven't been able to join you guys. But now that I have a next gen, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm part of the team now.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, no, cannot wait for Exoprimal in July with you guys. It's gonna be dumb.
Do you have an Ethernet port?
It's gonna be great though. It's gonna be a good time.
Do I have a what?
I was asking Emily, do you have an Ethernet port? Are you wired?
Hardline connection?
So.
Probably not.
Probably not. We'll be fine.
Which, like, we're not playing fighting games. Like,
yeah, we're not playing fighting games.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jesse.
Strive is on Game Pass. All I'm saying.
Oh god.
And crossplay.
Oh, even better.
Oh god, I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
No, I didn't sign up for this hell. I didn't sign up for this hellscape.
In all honesty, Ninja would probably just put all of us in a blender and Guilty Gear.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm happy. What else? Did you play anything else?
I played a little bit of Burnout Paradise.
Yes.
Because I remember playing that when it originally came out and had such a good time and thought that soundtrack was amazing. We were talking about this too and how there was like 1 or 2 little hiccups.
Yeah, they had some weird like choices, like Girlfriend, like Girlfriend from Avril Lavigne.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that soundtrack was fire. So.
And now people like ironically are really like the Girlfriend song.
Yeah.
So. But
that's about it for right now.
Okay, right on. I'm looking forward to hearing what you've been playing every week because you'll have access to all the Game Pass stuff.
Yes, I will.
So there you go. Boom. All right.
God, Burnout Paradise was cool.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of kind of older games, getting new stuff, I have that Nintendo Switch Online membership, and I finally went and I played all those new Mario Kart tracks that hit.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like I went through all of the ones that are out so far. There's still 4 or 5 cups coming too. Like they put a lot of tracks.
Yeah, they have I think 2 or 3 more updates between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, like they said all of them will be out by the end of the year, and there's just so many. But the thing is like, yeah, they're all really good. I am kind of annoyed how many they are including from the phone game.
Oh,
and they're not bad. They're not bad tracks. That's one thing I do want to state. It's just I really want them to kind of move over to, like the N64 stuff, the N64 stuff, the GameCube stuff, like more of that. Because it feels like half of the tracks we've gotten for it are either new, which that's great, or from Mario Kart Tour on phones.
Right,
which I guess not enough people.
No one really cares a whole lot about that game in terms of like, oh man, that track is classic.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, like they're good tracks. Like I will say that they are good tracks. Like
I have no doubts about that.
Yeah, like they're a lot of fun, but they're not like, I don't see that whenever I see Tour on the list, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No, and then I'll play the tracks a lot of the time, but they'll be super fun. But I'm still just kind of like, this seems almost like a way for you to promote the phone game.
Yeah.
Sad, it's sad to say. But yeah, so I toyed around with that for a little bit, and then got a little rant here. DOA 6.
Oh yeah.
So I played DOA 6 on Friday Night Fights when we brought it back. Like and I was like, one, the game still plays great. There are actually people still playing it. I was kind of shocked.
That's interesting.
I was really shocked that it did not take us long to find a match. Like I was like, whoa,
Right?
Nice.
weird. So if you guys are looking into that free to play version to try it, you will be able to find matches.
Interesting.
At least on PlayStation.
Okay.
And then I was, and then we got to talk on why this game didn't do as well as every other Dead or Alive game. All right. And the primary thing was like, well, a lot of events didn't want it because, boobs. And then the other reason is the DLC practices pissed off the community real bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give an example of why that was. I was like, well, the first season pass was like $100, which it was. It was $93. And I was curious. I was like, I wonder how many of the season passes this game got, and how much DLC it got. It got 4 season passes, all $80 to $90 each.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
It got multiple $25 costume packs.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can pull up me on the stream just going off on it when I was like, this is gross. And then it got like 4 characters that were all like $8 each.
Yeah, that's too
not
much.
bad. That's normal. That's fairly normal.
That is normal, but like combined all together, like
Yeah, well, and the really shitty part is like Dead or Alive, all that shit used to be built into the game. Like I remember playing DOA 4 and DOA Ultimate, and it was like you had to unlock those by playing the game. Like DOA Ultimate, like characters had 20 costumes, and you had to beat the game in weird ways to unlock them. Versus now, and they're obviously cashing in on the whole waifu thing because it's like the bikini pack, the maid outfit pack, the Christmas bikini pack, the sci-fi suit pack is just like skin tight outfits, and then Zach here Teletubby onesie.
Just why?
Just these like weird, and a lot of these are like costumes that used to be free as part of the game. So yeah, people were not happy about that, and it was really gross. But apparently, there's enough of a community to do 4 season passes, so that's
something.
That's which is weird because the game's so 1 per year, so it's been out since 2019, along with a bunch of additional DLC. And they keep making them.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. We that was the MMA pack. That we looked at on stream. Like they. And the part that's so fucking frustrating is like when I was playing, I'm like, yes, this is a super fun fighting game. This is a super it feels good. Like it feels almost like Tekken if Tekken were not super slow.
interesting.
So yeah, like it's so just
Yeah, there's a way to go about all this.
All of this.
Yeah, and it sounds like Dead or Alive did not do it right.
No, they did not.
Nope.
Like I think if they would have just handled it like a MOBA and just put out like here's like 4 costumes every 2 months and they're like $8 each.
You're welcome.
You can't just drop out like, and I couldn't believe it when I remember when it came out of that first season pass. I remember just being like, $93. What's in this? Are they doing like 20 characters? What the fuck?
Santa bikini set for $25. What?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Oh, there's that sci-fi one I told you about. It's all like bodysuits, and then Zach in his Teletubby suits.
Okay.
Which I'm actually kind of mad at that because that used to be a built-in costume, and it's $45.
Oh my
What?
god.
$20 maid
Dicks.
outfits. Oh, do you want Chinese mandarin dresses, baby? Because that's down there for $20.
This is ridiculous.
This is bullshit. That's what the
Yep.
fuck that is. God damn.
Yep.
Okay.
I just love how that bodysuit's at. It's like just one dude in his weird outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, you
no.
got 7 scantily clad girls, then you got Donkey.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
You know, and the new characters look cool. Like I almost wanted to pick them up to play them.
Hmm.
You know, they had the high society outfit. They had a fucking schoolgirl outfit.
Of course they do.
Which once again, that used to be just part of the base game.
That's the thing.
That's that adds to it for sure.
Insane.
Look at fucking all of it.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
So, yep.
All right.
All right. Well, that was DOA, and then before we go to Ninja's indie corner here,
Uh-huh.
let me take a look at the docket real quick.
Let's take a look at the docket real quick.
I will say that there are at least 2 more waves of Mario Kart DLC
Yeah,
come
there's
out
My
yeah,
God.
by
there's
the end of
like-
the year.
yeah. I
4
think
more
they said it's
cups.
gonna be 48 tracks in total. That's what they
Yeah.
said.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's let's see, Mario Kart DOA. Yeah, that's basically it for me. All right, hey Ninja, let school us on some of these on Dredge and Spiritfall and Shotgun King.
Yeah, the Shotgun King is an older one, but Dredge and Spiritfall are pretty new.
Alright.
I'll start with Dredge though. Like it's at its core, it's a fishing game. You're on a boat and you're going around and catching fish and upgrading your boat. But at night, you've got well, I guess throughout the whole thing, you've got like a panic meter, and at night it just continues to increase, and you start to see stuff like
Oh Jesus.
giant angler fishes that come after you, and like water tornado, I don't know, hurricanes, I guess, that like chase your boat, and you have to like escape from them before they do damage to your boat, and then like rocks will appear out of nowhere the higher your panic meter is, and they do damage to your boat. Your boat has a life bar, but also as like things do damage to your boat, you can hold less and less items. So part of the game is inventory management. The other part of the game is like upgrading your boat and catching more fish to upgrade your boat.
Interesting. Okay.
And like the goal is to go to each of these different biomes and catch or find these like relics that some guy is trying to collect, and every time you give him a relic, he gives you a spell, and you're like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't know why are there spells in a fishing game. But the more you use your spells, the more like panicked you get. It's so far it's been a lot of fun. I've got let's see, 6 hours in the game so far. I really started to play it like yesterday, but it's been a lot of fun. It's at its core is a fishing game, but I wouldn't say it's a comfy fishing game because of this like panic and horror aspect to it.
What are you talking about? That's perfectly comfortable.
But if you play the game and don't let it go tonight, it's totally a comfy fishing game.
Okay.
Comment the chat from Stella. I've had my eye on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of fun.
it actually does look pretty cool. I typically just don't like fishing games on their own. I like having them be like part of a bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Though if it's like, I have heard that this game has very much Lovecraft vibes, is what we'll call it.
Yeah, there's a ton of Lovecraftian elements
Yeah,
to this
and-
game. Like a lot of the horror isn't really like overt. A lot of it is subtle until your panic meter gets so high that you're like hallucinating all sorts of stuff.
And that's
Yeah,
where it
like-
gets real Lovecraftian type shit.
Yeah, Shadow over Innsmouth. That's the Lovecraft book that it reminds me of, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of like Lovecraft, a lot of influences from Lovecraft.
It looks really cool. It's just Yeah, so I'm very curious to see how, like, because this has been catching on too. Like I've been seeing it all over the place. Like it's been really really doing well. Like it's been in the Steam top sellers for weeks now.
Oh,
So
good for
yeah,
them.
Yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot.
yeah. So
If you are a fan of like incremental upgrades and inventory management, this is a good game.
ooh,
It seems
now
all
you're
right.
talking.
This seems all right.
Now you know it. And add a loot system in there, and you just my goblin brain is
Yeah,
in
right.
heaven.
They're ready to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
it's fun. It's a good game.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right.
What's this Spirit Fall game?
Yeah,
So
what's it all about?
it's a roguelike, but it uses Smash Brothers combat.
Yeah, you were talking about that on the Friday stream.
Yeah,
I was just like, what the hell is this?
I haven't decided if I like it. I've got an hour into it, and so I've got another hour before I decide whether or not I want to return it or not. But it's weird. I really don't know how to describe it. You are put into these like platform elements, like this guy's in here, and then you've got like a normal attack, you've got a side attack, you've got an up attack, and then you've got a smash button, or they call it a launcher button. So you can like launch down or to the side or above you, and then you've got a projectile. And so like you're trying to build combos while you're killing stuff and dodging other things. There's even like a Smash Brothers arena portion, so like you can go in and fight not necessarily a boss, but it's a boss-like enemy, and you're trying to knock him off the platform 3 times within a couple of minutes. So it takes a lot of influences from Smash, but I haven't decided if I like it yet. It feels very simple to me.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh,
Well, it
fair.
seems interesting.
It's an early access, so it's still pretty early on in its life. It's got there are 3 weapons. You can upgrade the weapons, but it sounds like they're planning on adding more.
Okay. That sounds interesting. Yeah, we'll have to hear how this game progresses.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Cool. I'm not one for roguelites. It's like Haiti. Like it's a small list that I like. So
Right.
Yeah, it's a very like weird genre, for sure.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. So
Yeah. And then the other game I played this week was Shotgun King, which is also a roguelike, and it's also simple, but it's simple in a different way from Spiritfall. Essentially, you are a king piece on a chessboard, and you're trying to destroy the enemy king piece on the chessboard, but you have a shotgun, and they do not.
seems a little unfair, but okay.
Right. And so, like, as you progress through the levels, they add like more chess pieces to their side of the board, and so they have to adhere to like all of the chess rules, and so do you in terms of movement. But you've got a shotgun that you can use to kill their chess pieces, and then as you progress through the levels, there's 10 levels, and then you fight the boss king. As you progress through the levels, you get different like abilities and extra stuff to your to add to your shotgun. Essentially, so that guy just moved in front of the bishop, but you get two lives per turn. The lives will prevent you from going into a move where you would be in checkmate. But when you run out of lives for the turn and you move into a place that would result in a checkmate, you die, and so then you start the run over.
How much is this game?
It was pretty cheap.
Fair.
It is currently $10. I got it for 50% off.
Okay.
So I got it for $5. Definitely worth $5.
Yeah, this seems fun especially for a $5 game.
Yeah, and like you can get like grenades and stuff, so you can start lobbing grenades. They're like
my kind of
moves
chess.
that give you like a sword, so if somebody gets close to you, you can carve them up with a sword. There are abilities that like if you do damage to one enemy and it kills that enemy, then the damage that's left over will spill over to another enemy. It's been pretty interesting. It's an interesting game so far.
Yeah, this looks cool. All right.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I played this week.
All right.
All right, fair enough. All right, that leaves you, Mr. Aaron.
I played nothing. I didn't get a chance to play a damn thing this week.
Oh,
Yep. So,
Bummer.
I'm trying to think. There's just a lot. There's just a lot going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Fair enough.
Didn't get a chance, but it is what it is. I enjoy talking about video games and the video game industry, which is why we do this lovely show. But I ain't got the time to play a lot of video games anymore.
Yep.
These days.
Oh, sad boy hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's the show, everybody.
I think it is. Got any plans for this week in terms of gaming?
I'm probably gonna crack away at Dragon Ball Fighter still, and
Good.
then other than that,
Okay.
not really. Like I want to hit Keystone Master in WoW, and I have 3 weeks to do it.
All right.
So that's a possibility. And then that's basically about it for now, at least. I kind of want to also crack into a different Zelda game before the new one comes out, and I might
That's
want to
right.
get it on stream, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
Emily, you gonna keep exploring your new Xbox?
sure am.
Nice. Hell yeah. Ninja, anything planned other than continuing those games that you were checking out?
I was supposed to get a new game this last Tuesday from Amazon, but it keeps getting delayed.
What
So if it
game?
actually shows up here on time, it's called shit, I don't even remember what the name of the game is. Hold on, let me go find it really quickly. It's a Switch visual novel, but it's also a tactical RPG, but it's also a Phoenix.
This is not something you get from Best Buy.
I probably could. I can order it and it'll be here in like a week, so I really don't know if it's like worth doing. But it's a visual novel, tactical RPG, case solver, like Phoenix Wright. Process of elimination. So the premise is that all of these detectives who are like really good at a specific like aspect of deduction are all gathered together to try to catch the serial killer, and then it turns out one of the detectives is their serial killer. Your character is labeled the most incompetent detective, and so you're trying to figure out who the serial killer is before he kills you, I guess.
This sounds very much like a Stella game. I'm gonna recommend this to her.
It's like it looks like Disgaea meets Phoenix Wright meets Danganronpa.
Weird.
But without actually playing it, I can't say anything about it. I was supposed to have gotten it last Tuesday, but it is currently stuck in Stockton, California.
Ugh, rude.
Yeah.
This is exactly why I typically just do Best Buy and store pickup.
Yeah, anymore I just do Best Buy pre-orders and then just go pick it up like after work.
After watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I got back and playing on my DS, starting with Mario 64 DS.
Yeah.
I've actually been kind of an urge to play like Mario Galaxy this past week on my Switch. So, I guess the damn product placement works.
I suppose it does,
Sure does.
Yeah. They knew. All right. Well, if that's a show for us, then hey, we're going to be playing video games online, on stream, and off stream. So, hey, you want to join in with us on talking video games and all that? Hit our Discord. If you sub to our Discord or join our Discord on our Twitch page, the link is there. If you want to catch this podcast in audio or video form, and video form's on YouTube. On audio form, it's Apple Music, Spotify, your favorite podcast thing. It's probably there. Be weird if it wasn't.
And we haven't done in a while.
Are we going to?
We're gonna raid Cartbale.
Why not?
Hey!
Why not?
Everybody, if you're new to the show, we have this fine boy in Europe who really supports us a lot, and he is really cool and streams around the same time we do the podcast. So we always raid him and say hello and all these other things. So make sure you scream raid in his chat
Yes.
and let him know how much we love him. So yeah.
Join our social media channels. Like, follow, sub, all that stuff. See you guys
There are
later.
5 of you. One of you is not rating. Okay, there we go. All right, we're rating in 3,
Aha.
2, 1. Bye.